Litecoin and Bitcoin price analysis. What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with your daily update. We're going to take a look at Litecoin and then we're going to get into Bitcoin and see where we might be headed in the charts. Stick around.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys. As always, before I begin, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anyone that's doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile and risky. With that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen. That'll get you subscribed. And then if you tick the little notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos so you can stay up to date. Also, if you would, I'd appreciate if you give a big thumbs up and leave your comments. Let me know what you think. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's a comment section. Just throw your comments in there. Let me know what you think. I appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's subscribed and has been commenting and giving a thumbs up. I appreciate it. You're really helping the channel grow, guys. So let's get into the charts here. This is the daily Litecoin. Still looking at this channel here. And you guys, if you've been watching, you know my targets are up here. If not, I'm going to go into the 4-hour and we're going to take a look at the targets in a minute. Let's do that right now. I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I can, guys. But I do want to try to show you the reasoning behind all my targets and all that. And what I am going to do, and I wanted to do it, you know, on here so you guys knew why, but I am going to get rid of this 53 target now because I believe that we are going to go to at least the $56 range in Litecoin. And I'm going to take a look and kind of show you why. Now, we looked at the measured moves here, and I'm going to show you real quick. We're going to measure the flagpole over here and put it up to where we broke out. And that's where I come up with this $56 range. It lines up perfectly, and it lines up perfectly with old support and resistance, which is right in this area, as you guys can see. So that's what gives me this target. Now I am going to show you why I have the $59 target. And if we take a measured move of the whole channel, well, actually we're supposed to take it to where we broke out, which would be right over here. So we take the measured move of the length of this channel, we put it up to the top where we broke out, and that would give us the $59 range, $59, $60 range. And that's why I have that target up there. And of course, this target is if we were to, if this support or if this line doesn't hold right here, the old resistance become new support, then we'll probably drop back down into the $35 range. But I don't see that happening, guys. I really see us going up to test these targets. And as we talked about before, as the market plays out, we'll know more. But as of right now, these are my two targets. And that's not to say that we don't come back down, obviously, and test for support somewhere in this area, the $41 range, $39 range, and possible $29. And the worst case scenario, in my opinion, because I do believe these are the lows and they're in, guys, is the $22 range. So let's look into the RSI. You guys know that I really like the RSI, and I don't like to use a bunch of indicators to get you all confused and whatnot. I do believe that if you learn just a few indicators, and I'm not saying you have to learn the ones that I choose, but if you learn just a few and get good at them, it's a lot easier to be accurate when you're charting, guys. And I suggest you don't trade off of what I'm saying, just as I suggest you don't trade off of what other people are saying. It's easier to do your own charts and start to learn how the market works on your own by using whatever indicators you choose. I do suggest that the less indicators you use, the better. I use my EMAs, as you can see in here, and I use the RSI. So if we look at Litecoin, I do believe that we're still going to come down and test this line for support right here. And if we look into the RSI, as you can see, I've got this symmetrical triangle drawn out. I know this seems real simple, but it's pretty accurate, and I've done pretty well with it. So I just wanted to show you guys. But as you can see, we got this line of resistance up here with the downward resistance, and then we have the upward support right here where we've had 2 touches, and I believe we're going to get the third here, and that's going to be this. I'll show you real quick. Let me show you how I believe it might play out here. And I believe we're going to get something like this, come down here, test the bottom of that again, and then up. And we have to watch this line once we get back up here, guys, because if we break through, we're going to get a nice jump up, and that's where I believe it'll take us to the $59, $60 range. But if we do get resistance again here and come back down, we may get another test of the bottom, and we need to watch this line too, because if we break through, then obviously we'll have a sell-off. But as of right now, guys, I believe we will end up breaking up out of this, and that's not to say it's going to happen today. It's really hard. The hardest thing to do with charts is judge time. It's almost impossible. But anyways, like I said, I believe we're going to come down here and test this for support and then get our bounce up from there. The worst case, I think, is we come down and test this 55 EMA and get the bounce off of that, which would be around the $46 range. But I do believe that'll hold if we get down to it. And I could be wrong. If it doesn't, then you know our next line of support is the $41 area. But I do believe this one will hold right here, the 55 EMA. So that's that. And now we're going to jump into Bitcoin and see what we're looking at here. And again, I want to give you guys a reminder. Please give it a thumbs up and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and tick the little bell for updates of the videos when I post them. So, all right, daily Bitcoin. This falling wedge here, I've outlined in white. You know, I have the downward slope and resistance, downward slope and support. And we're going to go dig in a little deeper and look at what's going on. And I will do the same here. I'll show you guys how I come up with my targets right here. So let me go into the 4 hour. It's a little bit easier to see. Let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, so the 4100 target, I believe, will still be a, you know, viable target. So, and I'll show you why. If you look right in here, we did the measured move off of this flagpole here, and then to the top of the bull flag where we broke out, and that's right in line where we topped out here at the 39.98 area, which almost hit 4,000. So if we look at that, this is the same, this bull flag is the same length here. So I believe we're going back down to test that line, and when we do, that's what gives me my $4,100 range. Now, that's not to say it's going to stop there, because I do believe we'll have more upward momentum from there to at least test this top of the falling wedge around the $4,500 area, 44 to 46 maybe. And then if we do break through that, I'll show you my other target right now. So the measured move off of the symmetrical triangle would be from the farthest point of the touch here, and we would bring that to the top of the triangle where we broke out, which would be right in this area. And that's what gives me the $4,100 range. Or I'm sorry, the $5,000 range for the bigger target. And like I've said before, if we do hit that target, that means we break out of this, and we'll probably come back down and test it. You know, we could come all the way back down to the $4,300 range, somewhere in there. But like I said, as the charts you know, print out, we'll be able to know more information as we go along. But that's where I'm at right now with that. And we're going to dig in a little bit to the RSI on this. Same thing. Like I said, well, let me go back here real quick. Like I said, I do believe we're going to come back down and test this for support, the top of the symmetrical triangle. And I'll open up the RSI and show you why. But if you look here, I believe this is a small bear flag printing here, and then we're going to come down to test this area, which would line up with the 55 EMA in the 4 hour. And what's interesting is if you go to the 1 hour, and I'll show you that bear flag I believe is forming. If you go to the 1 hour, it'll also line up with the 200 EMA in the 1 hour. So now let's take a look at this here. Now see, I believe, let me kind of show you guys why I believe this is a bear flag forming. And we would take the line from here, come up, and right there, if you guys can see that, that's a, you know, definitely forming a bear flag here. So like we did before, I'm going to do a measured move off of that bear flag from the flagpole, which would be right here, all the way down to the tip of the flagpole, and then where we would be breaking out. And as you can see, that gets us right down to the 3780 range right in there. But I have this target marked out depending on when we break out, which would be from the 3760 range to the 3790 range. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that right now. You know, I guess it is possible we could go up from here, but I don't see that happening, guys. I really believe we have to come down and retest the top of this symmetrical triangle. All right, let's go into the RSI. Like I said, I believe the RSI really helps tell the story. If you guys don't use it, or you know, whatever, I suggest you at least try it, give it a shot, and start taking a look at it. It really helps me out with my trading. So I'm gonna go to the RSI now. Remember, I said we should drop down and test this for support. And if we look at the RSI, that gives us a clue. This was the old symmetrical triangle that we had broke out of. I'm gonna get rid of this line now. Actually, I'm gonna move it right here, because that seems to be a nice resistance line, rising resistance line. So the reason I believe, if you see, we've had 3 touches up here and 3 touches down here. Actually more than 3. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do believe we're going to come back down and retest this for support, and then we should get our bounce up. But that would bring us up to our target, to the $4,100 range. And then, like I said, from there, we may get another small correction, and then, you know, move on up. But my target is definitely the $5,000 area for now. If we can break through this, which we're, like I said, we should get some resistance around the $4,400 to $4,600 range. But now let me go into the daily RSI, and we'll look at that, and that should show us the same thing. I don't know why this is lagging so bad, but if we look at the daily RSI, like I said, it would show us the same thing. So I'm gonna kind of zoom in here and show you what I'm looking at. And what I'm looking at here is, get this line drawn right here, and then we'll draw another one right here. Move this over a little bit. And as you can see, you know, we have room to come back down, which would get us to test that top of that symmetrical triangle, and then come back up for our final push up before a bigger correction. So that's what I'm looking at now. And yeah, guys, that's where we're at. So again, if you haven't already, please hit the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get notified when I post videos. Please give it a giant thumbs up. And like I said, scroll down to the bottom, leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Hope everyone has a good day. Thanks.